everybody, welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing really well. Now this video is going to be a very spontaneous one because I didn't plan on filming it, but I am going away for the weekend. It is Remembrance Day weekend and I'm going home to New Brunswick to visit my family. I realized that I'm not going to have a video to post, oh goodness, I'm not going to have a video to post next Friday. And I'm going out to the barn tonight to ride Merlin and Eve. And I thought, what the heck? Let's do a barn vlog that shows my new reality on a weeknight evening going to the barn because it's dark, it's disgustingly muddy. It's not my vibe, but I do it anyway because I love my ponies. So if you're interested, stay tuned and I hope you enjoy. So I just got to the barn and it is 4:45. I still have mascara on my face because I'm terrible at removing my makeup. And I'm going out to get my pony. It's pretty depressing because it's like nearly dark. I'm losing light very fast. So I'm gonna get him in. And I rode Eve last night, so my focus is gonna be more on Merlin tonight. I'm gonna try to ride her, but if I don't, I'm not gonna stress because she'll probably be ridden. That's my text tone. She'll probably be ridden early next week by my coach's working students. So I don't know if you can tell, but it's much darker out here than it has been at this time of night because we had daylight savings time last weekend. And we've also had our first snow, which typically here we'll have our first snow, but it's still not cold enough to stay. So it snows and then it's gone within like a day, which means that if the paddocks are already wet, they become wetter. So our paddocks are very muddy at the moment. And of course my pony is all the way at his hay, which means that his mummy has to walk through the mud. And it's also a time of year where blanketing is very tricky. And that's not something that I've had to deal with Merlin until now. But I am blanketing him this winter because he's going to be in work. He is going to have about a 6-week break starting very soon. But yeah, it goes down to like -7, -8 with a wind chill at night and then up to 5 degrees during the day. So it's not been easy. I'm definitely reminding myself why I've not blanketed him until now. The mud is gross, isn't it, Bubba? Hey, yeah. And with the return of the colder weather brings the return of my fleece-lined leggings. I do own a pair, but I refuse to buy winter breeches. Breeches are expensive enough as it is. I'm not spending $200 on a pair of breeches that I'm gonna wear 3 months out of the year. So what I do is I layer up and I wear $20 fleece-lined leggings from Costco under my breeches, or sometimes just on their own. And a lot of times winter riding leggings are literally just that, leggings, which is exactly what these are. So horse girling on a budget. To go ahead and make the very bold claim that November, at least in Canada, is the worst month to be a horse person. You go from having super nice weather in October, beautiful hacking weather, to mud and darkness. It gets super cold, blanketing is a nightmare, horses become frisky, things that they used to find fine, they now find scary. I'm looking at you. And the worst part is like it snows, but the mud stays because it snows and melts because it's so warm. December is better because it starts getting colder, so the ground will freeze. You don't have to deal with mud. It snows, it's nice. You might think that, at least in Canada, January and February I would consider the worst, but that's not the case. At least once you get into January and February, you're used to the cold and start looking forward to March and April to the spring. November, you know you're going into winter, and it's not my favorite month. But I have a lot to look forward to this month because I am planning doing Vlogmas, which is exciting. Like honestly, this is my reality. You can't even see, but like mud, disgusting crud. Ugh. And even in a blanket, he manages to get filthy. Like honestly, thankfully, so far this year we haven't had to deal with mud fever, which is great. Anyways, needless to say, I hate November. Like what is this? What is that? Oh my God, my child. But anyways, yes, I'm planning and plotting Vlogmas. My idea is I'm going to pre-film about half. They're not going to be like your stereotypical, fun challenges and all that kind of stuff because that's just not the kind of person I am. I am doing a couple of things that I'm excited about if it works out. But I'm not going to use this as an excuse to put pressure on myself or the horses. So if it doesn't work out, whatever. But I am hoping to post one video every other day from December 2nd. So it would start on December 2nd, leading up to Christmas Eve. That is understanding that I am quite busy at work. Yeah, it's all gonna depend on work, and if I miss a day, that's fine. Can we just talk about how sketchy the arena looks in the dark? Huh. Ooh. But this camera is doing pretty good. It's way darker than this. This is an essential part that I nearly forgot to do. So Merlin is currently in a stall. Came to turn the lights on. Always want to give them like 10 minutes because they do take a bit of time to turn on. And yeah, to be honest, I was gonna set out some poles, but I'm feeling lazy. And I'm probably just going to ride Merlin. Might get on Eve bareback. I might honestly just bring her in here and let her loose. My 5:30 a.m. start tomorrow is coming up quick. So I have had to buy a lot of things for Merlin since I bought him because I was basically starting from scratch. When I bought him, I didn't even have a set of brushes or a halter or anything. One thing I did have back at home in New Brunswick was a bunch of coolers that I had won when I was showing. This is a cooler that I won 10 years ago in 2013. Merlin has basically every weight of cooler under the sun that you could hope for. Thin, thick, scrims. Scrims. So we're set. But is the return of my sheepskin seat cover, which I absolutely love. It was a Christmas present from my parents last year, and cooler. So I just, because he is wearing blankets, I don't want it to be such a shock when we go outside. So I just put a cooler on him, even though I don't ride him with a quarter sheet or anything at the minute. I just put a cooler on him on the way out and for the first like 5 minutes of our ride, just to keep his back nice and warm. It's a crappy time of year, isn't it, Bubba? He's more distracted by these. So another reason why I wanted to make a video tonight is our ribbons from the September Dressage Riders Online show finally arrived. They should have arrived like 6 weeks ago, but okay, would you listen? I'm gonna stand and stare at whatever's out there. But yeah, they should have arrived like a month ago, but there was a mix-up with the postage, so they're here. I was only expecting one, but he actually got a ribbon, an extra ribbon, because he was the highest placed young horse for the September show, which is super cool. But so I'm gonna take some cute pictures of him with his ribbons. Oh my god, Merlin! Don't! Don't! Merlin! Oh my god! No! Honestly. So in true Merlin fashion, he got them in his mouth, but they're no worse for wear. Merlin, don't you dare. You were digging, I know you're gonna try to roll. Come on, you chaotic child. Bog monster. Come on, follow mommy like you normally do. Good boy. So yeah, go, Merlin. Merlin, don't you dare, you little shit. He started walking quickly away, which normally indicates he's going to go for a rip. So I'm going to get on and stop faffing about, and we'll see how this ride goes. Something tells me it could be interesting. Shadows. Onto the phone because I don't trust him not to chuck me off and break my camera. Can I just say that for a Canadian equestrian in winter, this saddle cover, or sheepskin seat cover, is the best thing since sliced bread. It's fantabulous. It is so comfy and so warm, and keeps me, like, even on days where I'm riding in like -15 Celsius, it keeps me so lovely and cozy. And you can out there see the remnants of our first snow of the year. That's about all that's left. Are you gonna spook? Because this is the, yeah, there you go. It's a corner you spook at every time. Most of that will be gone in the next day or two. I was warned today that there was some snow falling off the roof, but I think it's probably done by now.
One eternity later.
Well, that was much more of a workout than I think either of us were planning, but he was a bit of a monkey at the canter. I'm getting very frustrated with myself because I'm working so hard on my seat and like trying to be able to sit his canter, but he's got a huge canter, and no matter how hard I try, there's always air between my bum and the saddle. Even when I think that I'm sitting deep into the saddle, there's still air. And and it's beyond frustrating. It's better on Eve. I'm getting better on Eve, but I think it just has to do with the fact that my core is weak. But I have a really hard time isolating my hips from my upper body, and I'm like really trying to let my hips go with the flow of his stride. And it's great. Like I can sit his canter great bareback, but when stirrups are brought into the mix, I don't know if I like. What are you looking at? All of a sudden put his ears all forward. What are you looking at? Yeah, anyways, when stirrups come into the mix, I don't know if it's that I like press down in them, which makes it harder for me to sit, but I think I just need to do some no stirrup work. I don't know. I'm trying really, really hard. What are you looking at? You numpty. Like, honestly, we're a bit spicy tonight. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna bring Eve in and let her loose, and I have no choice but to do something with her because I've got to leave him in and let his feet dry a little bit. So I'll bring her in here and we'll play around a little bit. So I went and got Eve, and we are now in the arena. I'd been planning on doing like a proper schooling session tonight, but then I thought, well, she was really good on the weekend. She's done two really nice schooling sessions this week, so we'll just have some no strings attached time tonight and let her just kind of adventure around the arena. I'll sit here and just enjoy basking in her company. What's that angry face for? Hi. At least for right now, it looks like she's sticking around, which is great. And it's a great opportunity to talk a little bit more about Vlogmas. So if you were around last year, I tried to do Vlogmas. I think I did like 3 videos and not on any kind of timeline. As I was filming them, I was thinking of them as a Vlogmas type thing, but I just didn't have the motivation. But I'm so into YouTube right now that I'm really trying to be disciplined about uploading consistently, at least once a week on Tuesdays, and sometimes the odd bonus video on a Friday. I think that trying to do a challenge like this is a great way to challenge myself to think outside of the box. There's a lot of the British equestrian YouTubers that I watch who do super fun, silly videos during their Vlogmas, and that's just not me. And to be honest, like most of them are going to be filmed just me by myself with my Pivo and whatever. So it's going to be a very lo-fi, low budget Vlogmas, but I've got some fun ideas. I want to try to push my comfort zone a little bit. Some of the ideas that I have are for Eve. I want to do a kind of a jumping challenge video where we set up some simulated cross-country fences in the arena. I've got an idea for a few at least, and then some other fun riding videos. Some of them will be weather dependent, but I'm gonna do my best. I hope you're excited. I'm excited to at least try it out.
The way I feel when you walk in the room, when you walk in the room, it's not optional. How gravity just pulls me right to you, to you. Even the dark days still see light. Even the birds still sing at night. Every word just comes out right.
And why, you might be asking, are you riding the horse with a cooler? And because I'm a wimp, that's why, friends. The cooler keeps my bum warm. So yeah, we're just going to literally walk around for 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll take her back in, put her heavier blanket on because it's going to be cold this weekend, and do Mr. Merlin's feet and then head home. This is probably the most boring video in the world, but I wanted to do something a little bit different, talk a little bit about things that are coming up, and yeah, this is the result. Are you sniffing your brother's poop? Huh? What are you doing? Yeah, you're sniffing his poop? Come on, let's not step in it. Thanks. I feel like a kid when I do stuff like this. And that's why I think it's important to just have nights like this where you just do slightly dumb shit. Safe dumb shit, but still dumb shit. Stupid, not dumb, stupid. Like, sure, let's get on the thoroughbred in a halter, Western reins, in a cooler, and just walk around for 15 minutes because that's productive.
When I'm with you, I feel so lucky I met you, and I still can't believe that I get to see those eyes for more than tonight. Swear you must have fell from the sky, and I feel so lucky.
I just swept that up.
Lucky I met you. Spend my whole life waiting for someone like you, baby. And all these broken roses led to you. Spend my whole life waiting for someone like you, baby. And all these broken roses led to you.
And now I've just put his rain sheet on over top of his 100 so that his, what is one of his winter blankets doesn't get like this too muddy. I think I'm gonna leave this video here. It's been a very chaotic, but I just, yeah, had some things I wanted to update you on. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. My camera battery's about to die. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you next time. Bye.
I feel so lucky I met you, and I